Okay, I have occupational wage data in the form of a CSV file here that we want to do some processing on. So let's take a look at the file and see what we have. And so you'll see we have, starts out with an occupational code. So the first line in the file have our field headings. So the first thing is occupational code, occupational title, the total employed, so this must be the number of people employed throughout the United States, and then the mean or average annual wage. So we see, as is often the case with data, we can see there are some issues here with capitalization. So some of the occupational titles seem to be capitalized, here, and others not. We also have some extra spaces after some of the fields and titles. So we need to clean up this data before we can use it. And so we'll just create a program to go along with this. And we'll just call that, how about clean wage data.py. And so we're going to use a with to open the file. That way it will manage the file close. It'll be a little bit safer. So we'll open our CSV file, and notice we already put the CSV in our projects folder, same directory as our script, so we don't have to put the full path here. It will find it because it's in the same folder. And of course we'll open that as read, and we'll just call it in file. Okay, so we'll refer to that way. And so let's just see real quickly. We'll do a for, and we'll just call it line in file. And we'll read each line, and for right now let's just do a quick check, make sure everything's okay, and we'll print each line to see what that looks like. And so we run it and it's printing each line. Okay, and it looks like we have an extra new line character coming from our print statement that we may want to get rid of. So I'm going to go ahead and say line is equal to, and line dot, and we'll use a replace. And what we'll do is just replace the new line character, so the escape \n, and we'll replace that simply with an empty string. Okay. And so the next thing I want to do is separate out each record or each field in the record into, I'll create a temporary list here called temp line, and I'll set that equal to the line we read in, and just do a split on that. And of course, since it's a comma delimited file, we're going to split on the comma. Okay, so let's do another quick check just to see what's going on here. We'll print the temp line, and we won't need this other one, so I'm just going to comment that out. We'll run this, and so you see we stripped out the new line. We also are reading these into a list so that we can deal with each field as a separate item. So now I can go in here and work on cleaning up each piece of data. So we could do something like temp line, and let's say we're just doing one. That would be this job title here. So we're going to say that is equal to temp line again, and again same one, dot, and then let's put it into title. And what that's going to do is make sure all of them, some of these are already in title case, where each separate word is uppercase, but that should fix some of the ones that were all uppercase. And then some we had extra spaces, so we're going to, we could do right and left, but we may have spaces on each side, so we're just going to strip, which will strip all the spaces off of both the left and the right side, should we have it. And we really had different data over here. So that'll take care of the title, the strip on each side, but notice we have in other fields, we also have some spaces here. So we really probably want to do this for every field. So we'll say for I in range, and we'll just say 4 there. And then I'll tab this over to be under the 4 instead of 1. We'll just put in I, so it'll go through each column 0 through 3, so 0 even the first one, and then 1, 2, and 3. So that should strip out all of the extra spaces and put everything in title case. Shouldn't affect the data that has numbers in it. So that should be fine. And then the only other thing we're going to do is, let's say, print. Instead of temp line, we're gonna do temp line, but we're going to print out each field because we want to put the commas back in, because we're going to write out eventually a comma delimited file. So I'm going to put a comma here, and then we're going to write the next field. So again, temp line. And again, concatenate another comma after that. Okay, let's test that out and make sure we're missing one of the concatenation. Okay, try that again. So now we just need to add our right file here. So we'll go up here and say with open, and we'll give it a similar name, but let's call this one clean. And we'll open this as a write file. And just give it a name of out file. And then we need to indent all these lines. So I'll just highlight all these, tab those over all at the same time. Okay, let's try that out. Okay, we created a file, but it's going to be empty. I need to change this one line here. So we'll do right lines. So instead of printing to the screen, we'll print to the file. Run that one more time. Okay, and we'll check our file here, clean data, and looks pretty good except for it's putting all the records together. So let's go back and we'll just insert one more put a new line character there, and let's run this again. And now if we look at our clean data, it looks pretty cleaned up. So we've got essentially the same file we had before, but we've got everything in title case, and we've got rid of all the extra spaces. So now we should be able to work with this data a little bit better, at least a little bit cleaner. So we'll look at processing this file in the next